That's sign language for hi. I'm Danny. Matt's not here today, but this is still Southern California Comics weekly video update. Once again, we're in the new room. Well, I'm in the new room. Matt is not. I don't know what room Matt's in, but there's always new stuff in this room, so I always want to shoot in here. Now we have beautiful display cases. Some of them have cards in them and like gaming dice, but I'm not showing you those because I don't want to. Those are that way. Anyway, new comics this week, as every week. They're good. I'm going to tell you about them. Hopefully you'll want to check them out because that's the whole point of this thing, right? Haha. Magneto #1, Marvel Comics, Cullen Bunn, Gabriel Hernandez Walta does the art, and it's super nice looking. Like just a Magneto solo series. For those of you who love your genocidal maniacs. I know I do. Whoa. Pretty violent, as I've just found out. That is I'm like one of those YouTube reaction videos, like, a cat reacts to Gangnam Style. That's me right now. Okay, anyway. I didn't read it, but it looks super cool. Forever Evil #6 is out. The penultimate issue in the big crossover. There are shocking revelations. Lex Luthor battles the other bad guys. It's whoa. This is also violent. Did you realize superhero comics are super violent these days? I did. I'm a big fan of this crossover. It's just supervillains being mean to each other, which is totally up my alley, you know? All I'm going to talk about today is violent superhero comics for some reason, because brand new from Kick-Ass's Mark Millar, Jupiter's Legacy #4. Drawn by Frank Quitely, so it looks amazing. Like, I didn't want to check this book out at first because I'm not a huge fan of Millar, but I decided to take the dive. I love Frank Quitely's art, and definitely worth reading. It's another postmodern superheroes as written by adults kind of thing, but I think the art's what really makes this book, which is common for Millar's work as of late. On a similar note, a new #1 from Mark Millar, Starlight. It's illustrated by Goran Parlov, and it's basically kind of a Flash Gordon type thing. It's like Watchmen meets Flash Gordon, if that's enticing to you. It is to me, because I like that kind of Star Wars-y spacefaring adventure, so it looks super good. Let me find you a good page to show off. Wow. Yep, Space Cities, square-jawed Flash Gordon type dudes. This is the business. This is looking good. I haven't read it yet, but I'm buying it today. I got my copy. What's happening now is we're going through a streak of Image books, obviously. New #3. People love #3s, right? Burn the Orphanage #3. Part of the Born to Lose, Burn the Orphanage miniseries. I'm not really sure what to call it, but yeah. Sina Grace, Daniel Friedman is the co-writer. So the first issue was like a old school beat 'em up Final Fight inspired comic. The second one was straight up Mortal Kombat. And the third kind of goes in the side scrollers. Your Sonic the Hedgehogs, your Marios, but like at this point it kind of stops being about like imitating video games, and it's just like expanding on the world and the characters. Like there's like a really long scene of just characters having a conversation to develop their personalities and such. It's becoming more than just like a throwback type thing. And there's a series coming up soon. I think in a month or two, maybe? Yeah, in May 2014, the Burn the Orphanage ongoing, which I'm super excited for. Because I like dudes with headbands punching things. It's really the only thing I like. That was a lie, because Moon Knight #1 is out, and it's basically my pick of the week. Warren Ellis making his return to superhero comics pretty much. He wrote some Avengers stuff a couple months ago, but whatever. This is his first new ongoing series. Super awesome art by Declan Shalvey and Jordi Belair. You guys remember Moon Knight, right? Well, he's back in Pog form. I mean, he's in a suit and no hood. It's like got kind of a Hannibal thing going on. Like he's investigating murders, and he uses a moon like a little crescent moon as a throwing star, but like clandestinely. Like, this dude might be better at throwing shaped things than Batman is. And let's be honest, Batman throwing Batman-shaped boomerangs is pretty awesome. But yeah, super good art. Check that out. Like, really great colors. Like, there wasn't a whole lot of hype for this comic that I could see on the interwebs or anything like that, but it came out and people were buzzing, and I'm here to tell you that the buzz is correct. This is awesome. And that's also all I've got in terms of single issues this week. I'm gonna talk about something else. Something else? Something else? No one's here to respond to that, so I'm just gonna do it, because that's my right. Hey, I didn't change rooms, once again. Like I said, I like this room. It's cozy. It's got grass stuff on the walls. I don't know what that's called. Anyway. So, the Captain America movie's coming out in a month. Yeah, I realized that. Like May 4th or something. Captain America 2, The Winter Soldier, whatever they're calling it. It looks awesome. I'm super excited for it. But to celebrate it, I guess, to get y'all excited for the lead up, I want to tell you about some Captain America comics you could check out. Because, you know, no one's heard of Captain America. Where do I start? I don't know. If you want to go old school, I'm mighty fond of Jack Kirby. You know, the classic Marvel Comics artist who created every Marvel superhero you like. So, we have a collection of Jack Kirby Captain America. I think it's his complete, like, 70s run. This is mid to almost late period Jack Kirby when he was a little bit kookier, where he just went hog wild on coming up with bizarre stuff in his comics. And yeah, his Captain America run, circa number 193 to 214, is pretty crazy. This one's the one that features the Mad Bomb story, which is one of the crazier entries in this run. It's a bomb that makes people crazy, as you can see. I'm mad into Kirby, especially this era, because he did not care about making anybody happy but himself. So it's kind of when he produced his best work, I think. If you want to jump a little bit more modern, get yourself excited for the movie by reading the material that the movie's based on. We have Captain America, The Winter Soldier, written by Ed Brubaker, or by a whole bunch of people. Steve Epting, Michael Lark, a lot of common Ed Brubaker collaborators. So, if you guys don't know, the Winter Soldier is a villain who shows up. And his identity will shock you. And it does. People are like, what? How did they do that? Why would they do that? But it ended up being super duper good. Circa 06, I think? Yeah. I'm a big fan. Like, Ed Brubaker's whole Captain America run's pretty good. It takes more of like a spy action thriller thing going on, as opposed to strictly superheroics. Obviously he fights Nazis, because why wouldn't he? There's always Nazis to fight. Like, in the comics world, you never run out of German white supremacists. Or whatever you want to classify them as. Nazis, whatever. At one point, Captain America dies. Spoiler, not in that story. But then we get Captain America Reborn, Ed Brubaker, Brian Hitch. It's pretty nuts. It's sort of goes through Captain America's entire history, taking on. You're gonna think I'm weird, but it's kind of structured like Slaughterhouse-5, the Kurt Vonnegut novel. Captain America becomes unstuck in time a lot of times. Yeah, it sort of covers his whole everything that you'd expect and hope to show up in a Captain America comic. I'm sure the Red Skull shows up. It's been a few years since I've read it, but yep, Red Skull shows up, Crossbones, even the Avengers, Baron Zemo, all your favorites, all in Captain America Reborn. It's a good one. So, if you want to go a little bit more alternative, like approach the Captain America mythos from a different angle, we have Truth, Red, White, and Black. It's by Robert Morales and Kyle Baker. It's a really interesting take on the backstory of Captain America. The idea is that Steve Rogers was not the first person to receive the super soldier serum. before that, they tested it on a bunch of African Americans, sort of like the Tuskegee experiments. I think that's what those are called. Kind of a gross part of American history, but Robert Morales and Kyle Baker kind of tackle that idea, like fuse it with Captain America's super soldier thing, sort of see what happens to these unsung heroes, these unsung superhero soldiers that didn't quite make it through the war unscathed, unlike Captain America, who's honestly got it made. So he's a little time lost, he's a little out of step, but he still has his health. These guys, not so much. It's a bummer of a story, but super well worth reading, especially for the art. I'm quite the fan of Kyle Baker. And of course, if you want to keep up with him monthly, there's the Captain America Monthly comic. These days, Rick Remender writes it with a rotating set of artists. First it was John Romita Jr. Now it's Klein, who I'm unfamiliar with. Oh, Nick Klein. Yeah, not familiar with that artist, but seems pretty good. It's definitely in the same vein as a Jack Kirby's late period run that I was just talking about. It's very weird. The first 12 issues of the series have him stuck in an alternate universe. Just in this, not even an alternate universe, just like this pocket dimension where he's fighting weird monsters and raising a child. Like, I think the second issue jumps forward a year in time, so he's not just like acclimating to the environment. He's actually like trying to survive desperately, and yeah, it's harrowing stuff. Very Kirby-esque. Well worth reading. Of course, my favorite Captain America release is American-made, the Captain America-inspired character from The Tick. She throws her shoes. I had this toy as a kid. I think it's hilarious. The Tick cartoon is great, and not all that much related to Captain America. I just saw it as I was walking around and want to talk about it for a moment. If you turn her torso, she chops, but I can't do that because she's in a box. It's only $3. Like, we have a few of these Tick figures. So that's what I'd recommend if you like Captain America, the Tick action figures. And I'm out. Okay, that's all I got. We'll see you next week. I'll probably still be in this room because I like it a lot, and there will be more stuff. I think coming up very, very soon, possibly immediately, we've got a tour of the store, special report. I guess you'd call it a report. I'm calling it a report, so look forward to that. It should be somewhere else on this YouTube website, or Facebook, or Twitter, or however you wish to look at this. Carrier pigeon, however that works. They bring you like a VHS copy. That sounds smart. I'm gonna go now. Bye.